back to another episode of Shit You Should Know. Today we've got Kate on from Doc Spears, and we're going to talk about all things mental health, bringing communities together, and how it also links to health and fitness and exercise as well.
Yeah.
So Kate, do you want to introduce yourself just to our listeners?
Yeah. I'm Kate Douglas from Doc Spears, Docs Academy, Docs Fest, and Mockingbird Street Food. So there's 4 things. Hopefully I'm going to talk more about Docs Academy, which is culture, arts and culture. Obviously we have gigs up there, but we also do a monthly mental health loneliness event, which we run for free. So
nice, yeah, we'll talk all about that.
Yeah.
So you started up Docs Academy in 2020, was it around that time?
I haven't got a clue. So we started it 2 weeks before COVID.
Yeah.
We renovated all upstairs and then you got shut. So we spent like a massive amount of money and then the booked loads of gigs and obviously government just said shut up, close it down, can't have anyone in there. We're like, oh my god. So cancelled all the gigs and then obviously waited. So I don't actually know when we actually
leave it like that. Yeah. Did you manage to catch up from all the other?
Yeah. We got everybody back in, so it was okay.
Yeah. And how have things been with Docs Academy? Well, sorry, skipping a bit there.
Yeah.
What was your intentions when you opened Docs Academy? So what did you want to achieve?
Well, it's my husband's image really in his mind that we're in Grimsby and was born in London, but his mum's from Grimsby. So he had like both worlds of being here with his grandparents and being in London and seeing all the gigs he could go to and things to do. And then he'd come here and be like, nothing's happening. Yeah. So then we were like, well, we've got all this space upstairs above the brewery. Let's do something for the area so we can help mental health, because if you can get out and do more activities, then it's better for the community, really.
Yeah,
so,
and put things on, because there is nothing sometimes.
So there's theatre, comedy, live music, we have podcasts as well. Yeah. So just a mixture of stuff.
You host podcasts there as well?
Yeah, so if you want to do a live podcast.
Yeah.
It's always good to know that one.
Yeah, always something for the venues. Yeah. So a little bit more about your loneliness project then. So how does that work?
Yeah, so I was in the tap room in the bar and I could see people just sat by themselves having a drink. And I was like, why is everyone on their own? Like, why is there so many people just by themselves? And this one guy, he was coming in, he'd walk every week just to come and say, can I have a glass of water? And then just sitting there on his own, just because he was on his own, just to socialise. And I was like, why don't we just try and get everybody, all these people, to maybe link up in some way? I was like, how can we even do it? Then in the week, it's not as busy upstairs, so it's like, let's at least open up upstairs and say, anybody who wants to come up for free, if you're on your own, you can join together, and then if there's some sort of music you like, we could give you free tickets, or if you want to do some activities, so we'll get some arts, people doing arts, or if you want some, physical activity, we could do that. If you want to sing, or if you want music, we give them books, free tea and coffee. We was like, well, if we could get them, the ones who are on their own, to come together and make friends, with hopefully, before they end up with mental health problems from being lonely, we might be the first step before they go to the GP, before they go to mental health. A lot of people with mental health problems are just because they're on their own and they've got no one to talk to. So
it's getting it before it actually progresses.
Yeah. And I spoke to the council and spoke to a guy who was the suicide prevention officer, and I said, this is what we want to do. And he said, thank goodness there's someone doing this, because we want businesses or people to do something to get people to just socialise before, like I say, before it gets to a mental health problem. Yeah. So we said, right, we'll do it. So we've been doing it for 2 years now. So. 2 years.
And that's every month, you said?
Yeah. So between 1 and 8 p.m. every month on the second Wednesday. So any second Wednesday throughout the year, don't matter what month it is. Come in between 1 and 8. You can stay the whole time if you want. You can come for 10 minutes. You can just come and get a cup of tea and then sit in there for an hour. Yeah. If you want to do activities, you can. If you want to just chat, I'll chat with you. Just have a chat. And if you've got an issue that we can help you with, then we'll sort it out.
Yeah, because I remember before actually, when we was in that business bubble, you said about, you was actually talking to people and thinking, I'm almost taking on your problems here.
And then I go home on the Thursday and cry all day. So
it's like, outsource this.
No, it's grown so much. Before I'd just be like sat one-to-one and talking to them and then introduce them to somebody else and they'd chat. But now, because it's growing quite a lot, people will come in and I'll go, do you want to sit with these guys? Because they're new as well. And then they'll chat. And then they'll chat and they'll go, oh, I'll see you next month. Yeah. And then they'll go, oh, do you want to go to the comedy night? And yeah, okay. And I'm like, oh God, someone's made friends already. So then it's brilliant. But yeah, we've got a lot of services who know about us now. So we've got all the leaflets out. If somebody says, right, I've got a debt problem, I've got a gambling problem, I've been bereaved, my wife's just died, what the hell am I doing? I'm on my own. I'll say, right, there's this in town that you can go to, ring this number, here's a leaflet, like, we'll help you, whatever. So then they go away with some leaflets and then come back and go, oh, I've got a counsellor now, or I've got this, I've got that. We also have Kudocs, which they're a counselling service in Grimsby. They come every month now. So if somebody does come to me and I'm like, I'm not a trained counsellor, I'm like, how can I help you? And I'll say, this lady's from a counselling service, she'll sit with you now, and she'll actually refer you into her service, and if you come to open house, they'll help you because you're with us, and they'll take you on. So she's taking people on for open house to help them as well.
Okay. So now you've got several, and you're not taking it all.
Yeah. So that's really good. And then Ørsted, who obviously do the wind turbines, they've donated us some money to keep it going up until this September. So we've been able to put more activities on each month as well. So it's not just coming and sitting there. We're like, right, this month we've got chocolate making, this month we've got this month we've got that, whatever it'll be. And if someone goes, oh, actually fancy doing that, it's something extra to learn about. So we've got that as well. And Source 4, who do all our marketing, they help us do like the branding, and we've done a lot of the marketing for us, and leaflets and banners as well. They help us. So it's good. Everyone's like working together to help the
community. Yeah, that's really good. And I think as well, people talk more whilst they're doing stuff, don't they? So if they're, instead of just being sat across from each other, like
breaks the ice
awkward silences and stuff. But if you're doing stuff like making the chocolate activity, it definitely helps to talk. And
if someone new comes in and have a chat with them and say, do you want to try doing this? And they're like, don't know, okay, I'll try it. So they're sat there doing whatever it may be, and then someone next to them goes, oh God, will you help me? And they'll go, oh, and then they end up chatting, go, oh, where are you from? Who are you? And then it's a conversation. Yeah. And then we'll go, right, everyone, should we do a quiz? And they've already paired up or with a group of people, and we'll go, oh, we'll go together we'll do a quiz and we'll be in a gang. And then by the time an hour's gone by, they all know each other, and then it's easy to break the ice, really.
Yeah. You know? And they can come back each month as well.
Yeah.
Because we say the same about the gym as well, that a lot of other gyms you go into, headphones on, you don't really want to socialise, or that you can't because it's just a weird environment that you're just going to start chatting. But
I'd never chat to anyone in the gym. Yeah. I'd be scared, scared.
Yeah.
It's like similar to a bar, like you would a lot of bars you go in and you wouldn't really just randomly start like sit down and speak to someone. So but I feel was it always the intention to make Docs a little bit different in that way?
Yeah.
Because it definitely feels different in the sense of
we haven't done it to make any money. We've just done it and we carry it on because we're like, well, we want this town to be better, really.
Yeah.
So
we give more.
Yeah. We love it. It's brilliant. I mean, we get so many people saying, "Oh, thanks for this, thanks for that. You've helped us with this, we've helped with that." I'm like, bloody hell, have we really? But we've not really done a lot. But like some people who come to the open house, they come back to us, they write to us, or they'll come back to us and say, "Oh, one person who I'm not saying anyone's name or anything, but you'll know who he is. But he didn't speak when he first came. Because it was after COVID. He didn't even want to go out the house, I don't think. He sat away, he wouldn't even sit as close to us, he wouldn't have a drink, he had a mask on, he wouldn't speak or anything. Now he stands on our stage and sings for about an hour every month. So he's gone from not speaking with no confidence to us, like, it's took us a while to get him out. And now we go, here's Matt, go do some songs. And he goes on the stage and he blasts some songs out. And I'm like, I literally just not crying. I'm like, how are you? Gone from that to that. Yeah. And he just comes and goes, he just gives you a hug and goes, thanks so much. I'm like,
I think if you guys weren't there as well, doing everything that you do, where...
So cute. Yeah. And then now he comes to gigs as well, because he knows some of us will be there that he'll recognise. So we go, even though you're on your own, get a taxi, come meet us. Well, one of us will be there, and you can watch this music that you like. And he's like, oh, okay then. So he'll come out, and then someone will go, oh, well, I'll come as well then. And then
it's nice. Like community and building that up, isn't it?
Socialising is a massive thing when it comes to mental health, and it don't get spoken about enough, I don't think. Like, everyone says exercise and counselling.
It's actually a pandemic. Loneliness is just so bad. Massive. It's ridiculous. I thought it was more for like older age range. There was obviously a lot of people who were on their own, like millions of people on their own, but younger age range, now they're just sat behind the computer or on the phone. They're not social whatsoever. They don't even want to communicate with each other, and then it's just going to get worse and worse.
A lot of the time, they don't like properly, as in like properly socialised communicators.
Like we're not like trying to sell you alcohol. We're not going to go have a drink. It's like, here's a soft drink and a biscuit or whatever, and just meet somebody. It's not like, oh, it's a brewery, you've got to come and have a drink.
Yeah, you were saying that before. You don't have to go and have alcoholic drinks.
There's people who come in are alcoholics as well, because that's when they're I'm alcoholic, I don't want to go and Doc's Beers. And you come straight upstairs, you don't even have to go in the bar, you come straight upstairs and then, like, whatever.
It's just a different space,
Just on that, this is a little bit random to be fair, but have you seen a change in people's attitude to drinking over the last few years? As in, like, going non-alcoholic beers or just not drinking? Or...
Well, I thought non-alcoholics beers are obviously coming up. But then I listened to the radio last week, and drinking alcohol since the pandemic for women has gone up by 37%.
Really?
And then 80% of those cases, death by alcoholism has gone up by 37%, and 80% of those is from liver damage and liver failure. So I'm like, oh my goodness, right. So I was thinking, people are changing to like low alcohol. We do most of our beers like low alcohol, and people come in and we have in the fridge we have no alcohol beers if they want, or you can just have a Coke or whatever, can't you? But I was thinking, hopefully it'll be more low alcohol or no alcohol. But then you hear that statistics and you're thinking, right, so don't even realise about this.
The people are still drinking.
Yeah, especially for women. They said if you drink 3 bottles of wine or more a week, you should have your liver tested, because your liver obviously can replenish itself quite quickly, but if you carry on and don't realise there is damage, it's not good. So there you go. And I'm supposed to be selling beer. Oh God!
But that's what
we don't want anyone to come in and be drinking and getting drunk. That's not the point. The whole point is just coming and socialising, and then like a community. And if you want to have a couple of drinks, like it's obviously your prerogative what you want to do. You're not going to baby anybody and tell them what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but there is no other proper spaces where you can just go to. So it's like you have to go and have a table, or everyone's broken up. But in your place, it's just everyone just gets together and.
Yeah, we've got in an open house. We've had 16-year-olds up to 90-year-olds. I mean, obviously you can go in our bar but not drink if you're you can come in as a child, but up to 7 p.m. But like the mix that they're mixing with like an 18-year-old or mix with an 80-year-old, and they'll just stand and have a conversation. And you're like, well, what other pubs or bars really you have an 18-year-old talking to an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah. And what you're saying before about thinking it was just the older people being lonely.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people, like, I don't know, I want to say like 20s to 30s, but probably still older as well, where it's really hard to make new friends, isn't it? Because you're at work and then you've got your other friends, but they move away, or you just don't stay in touch, you're too busy. Like, how do you actually make more friends?
I want to do an app where it's the same thing as like a dating app, but it's just like making a friends app, and like, I'm in this area, but then obviously I don't know how it would work, but it's like you do it to meet a stranger to go on a date with, but why can't you say, well, I want to go to this show, is anyone going? Probably is that, it's probably already invented, but
because it is something that people need, and because we're so stuck behind our screens, it's hard to actually get out and have a conversation with someone and and make that friendship. And if you do meet someone in a bar or pub, you think that their intentions are of something else, or that they're too busy for you to contact them anyway. But
if they come to listen to music and they come on their own, you get to see the same sort of people, and that's hopefully one way they can make friends, maybe, because they've got an interest, really, haven't they?
Yeah.
So we do get a lot of people coming to the gigs that are on their own. So I like that music, so I'm going to it. And if they feel safe on their own, it's good that they're coming in.
Comfortable and confident.
Yeah.
Like I say, that kind of ties to the gym as well, where other gyms you wouldn't socialise, but with us, one of our members was saying the other day that it's nice just to have that interaction of when the coach says, we're doing mountain climbing, it's just looking across and go, we've got mountain climbing. There's that little interaction that you have with someone, and then before and after the sessions, and then all the other things that we do, like when we go out for breakfast together or walks together or the other events, it's just adding to more than just working out with people, but building relationships with like-minded people.
I'd rather do exercise if I'm enjoying it, because if you're enjoying it with all your friends or with people you know, it just goes quicker. You thinking, I've had a nice time. It's not just thinking, I've got to go to the gym and then stand on your own.
You can relate to someone because you're all going through a similar thing as well, can't you? But
you have to pair up. Do you make them pair up? Because I'd be like, no, I'm not going to get picked and I'm on my own. Like when you're at PE.
We often assign them, don't we? Really?
Sort of just like naturally just pair up with someone of similar strength or whatever. Like if someone's got a preference on the kit that they're going on and stuff like that, then just
like if we're setting up and there's 6 people coming into the club, we'll probably go, they're similar strengths, so I'll pair those 2 together. So we kind of say, you guys are going together. Sometimes it's not a number, so it's like, sorry, you're on your own today. But it doesn't really make a difference because everyone's just training as it is anyway.
So good.
Well, linking it back to the mental health and the preventative side, I wanted to try and promote the whole doc side of it that you have as well, because with building that community, we can like almost take our community and merge it and be like, it's not just about healthy and fit, don't drink, but there's actually, we have a community in Cleethorpes or Grimsby where you can go and socialise and build that community, and it's not about just drinking. Like, we're health professionals, but we don't say, you can't drink, you can't go out. It's like socialising is important as well.
Definitely.
Definitely have bits of socialising.
A red wine's good for you, isn't it?
I would work nice to meet you.
Bye.
Enjoy the show. So is there any other events that you've got on this year then?
Yeah, the festival.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, good.
Plans for that?
Bye. So we've got Razor Light, Feeder, Frank Turner. Who else we got? Lottery winners, Healer, Orphan Boy, Affleck's Palace. Lloyd Griffiths is hosting it, and we've got the VIP tent that's got loads of local singers that are doing acoustic music as well.
Yeah.
So we're selling 5,000 tickets. So we're doing that.
And what date's that again?
Saturday the 6th of July.
Nice, yes, it's going on.
Yeah, Meridian Showgrounds. So that's the first big, obviously at the minute we're only doing like shows of like 300. So we've scaled it up for the summer, just a one-off to see how we get on, and then hopefully it'll be like an annual. Yeah. We just need like some sort of like festival every year.
We definitely do, don't we? Yeah.
And they've got like the massive Meridian Showground just sat there. You're like, let's get.
It's just that fun fair every year, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's good. So we've got we've got the Links. Our charity is the Links and Knots Air Ambulance. So. They've got a stand there. Hopefully the helicopter's going to fly over. We'll see. Yeah. It depends if it's an emergency or anything. So, and then we'll have loads of different stands and food in all our bars, and the music will be on. It's like 12 noon till 11 p.m. So like 11 hours of music. Yeah. You can go in and out. I think you can get a band, back wristband, whatever, and go in and out, and then. That should be a good day out.
Took a lot of planning as well to get there.
Yeah. No, it'll be fine because we know what we're doing really. Now, the people who were linked up with. They're the ones who do all the stage and lighting and everything. They know what they're doing because that's their regular job.
Yeah.
So
are you having a big Mockingbird stall there as well? Is that?
We've got loads of different food coming.
Nice,
yeah. So we've got all types of food.
Is that all local businesses as well that you're all chipping?
I haven't got a clue of what's going on with the food, but I've read that there's loads of different types.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll leave it up to somebody else. So.
No, you can't do everything, can you?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we've got some good sponsors as well. That's what I've been doing, speaking to local businesses and businesses about sponsorships. We've got a good headline sponsor and some other sponsors that are supporting it as well. So they'll have all their names on the screens and on the tents and the banners. And
yeah,
so
what we definitely need, isn't it? A big thing where local people can get involved, businesses and obviously all of us. Just to look forward to something and bring the community together, because it does make a huge difference.
It's brilliant for the economy because, like, the hotels are booked already.
Yeah.
Restaurants or bars that in Cleethorpes or Grimsby that after people leave they'll go to.
Yeah.
All around the area there'll be if there's an extra. Obviously, there's a lot of local people going, but a lot of tickets are sold. People who support Raise the Light, people who support all the bands. Frank Taylor's obviously got a lot of people in America, all around the country. They're all coming into Cleethorpes, and it's extra money coming in the town for a day or the full weekend. People will be coming to Cleethorpes the whole weekend. Yeah. So if another 5,000 people turn up, it's good for all. It's all the businesses, isn't it? It's not just. And then obviously all the staff have got extra work. We need loads of staff. We need all security. We need.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah,
you've done well to get that all in and sorted. So another thing I just wanted to kind of throw out there is that obviously I know you're a busy person, you've got a lot of business going on, and something that we're kind of diving into is corporate wellbeing.
Yeah.
So we're working with businesses to help improve employee wellbeing through improving exercise, general fitness, daily movement, nutrition, mental health, and trying to bring organisations together and creating that community. So it's not just like work, but we're actually getting to know the people that we're working with, and maybe even seeing them outside of work or just having that kind of chill setting. But yeah, for you as a very busy person, how do you kind of manage and monitor your own health, wellness, and everything? So you're looking after everyone else, but how do you look after yourself?
I've started going to piano.
Oh, nice!
So I do my piano lessons every week, which is like an hour of my brain just like reading the music. So I've never done one instrument ever in my life. I've never read music, never done anything. I thought, in fact, before I die, I need to actually do something musical.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and now I can play some songs, postman pat and stuff like that.
How long have you been doing it for?
For about a year now.
Wow.
I'm still not very good, but I
do you have to do all the theory as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I practiced. I've got a piano now. I had a keyboard for a while, but Will got me a piano for Christmas, so I've been going on that. And then for an hour a week, I just go into my little mind of the teacher's like, do this, and then it's like the first time I did it, it felt like I was like on drugs or something. It was so random. Like sparks were like flying from each side of my brain, doing both of my hands, and I came out and I was like, oh my God, I think I've like awoken something that was dead, or something in my mind must have never worked before. Because you have to obviously use two hands, read two lines at the same time. So one part of the brain is doing that side, one's doing that side. You're moving your fingers whilst you're reading with your eyes. And I'm like, I came out and was like, oh my God, I feel like I've come alive.
And you forgot about everything else that was going on as well.
It's like, I just like came, I felt like I'd come alive. I thought, bloody hell, so I'm going to carry on with that. I go to the gym twice a week. Cook some food for the family. Yeah. Really. Just cook like on Sunday I was like, right, they need some healthy food, it's raining, like slow cooked beef with some dumplings, vegetables, did an apple and blackberry crumble, like did a couple of pots of food, and I was like standing there for a couple of hours with a podcast on, listening to that, do my cooking, and then the rest of the week they get takeaway or whatever they get given. So like one day a week you can get something healthy.
Proper food,
proper food.
So do you find that now then having that time for yourself, like the piano and distracting your mind and giving yourself that time, has that helped you with work and coping with a lot of things?
Now I'm not even bothered.
Yeah.
If anything happens, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
If it shuts down, it shuts down. If it's open, it's open. If whatever, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do about it? Not a lot.
Yeah. It's funny you said that as well, because we had Ellie on, the mental health counsellor, and she said one of her pieces of advice for the people, if they're looking into therapy or don't know if they need it or not, or just to help improve their mental health, is do something fun.
Yeah.
I think as we get older, we just start to do like work and like more things on our to-do list, and there's not like play and fun on there. But as a child, like that's always part of your routine, and then it just goes. So it's funny that you brought up the piano, and that is something that is not like purposeful, is what we said before, and like it's not like it needs to be,
because the teacher's like, do you want to do the grades? I'm like, no, because I'm not bothered.
And
she's like, I get it. She went, when I'm forcing the kids, the mums and dads going, you've got to do the grade 1, grade 2 and everything, and then you've got pressure to practice because you want to pass the exam. I'm like, I don't want to pass no exam, I'm just doing it for some like leisure time, and then I've got no pressure. If I don't practice, it doesn't matter, does it?
You just go in to enjoy it.
And then go horse riding as well. My kids go horse riding, so I go sometimes with them. So I used to horse ride when I was a kid, so I was like, I need to do that more, go back into that, so then it's...
Well, was there a point that when you kind of sat down and thought, I need to put more time into me and sign up for those piano lessons, or is it just something that you thought, you know what?
Yeah, I did. I think it was when I was 40 last year, and I thought, I need to do some more stuff that I actually want to do. So then I was like, right, book 10 holidays, going all these holidays. Everyone's like, God, she's on holiday again. I'm like, I'm not bothered. I think because my mum died, well, she wasn't young, but she got a brain tumour when she was 59. So she was like, I'm going to plan all my retirement to do stuff. And I'm like, if I plan my retirement to do stuff and I get a brain tumour at 59, then she's not done stuff she was going to do in retirement. So you're just like, well, might as well do it now.
It's a big thing. We've been doing a lot of wellbeing days in businesses recently, and one thing I always say, I don't want to be on a depressive note, but we always say we'll do the things we want to do when we have more time and when we're more free or in retirement. But if we don't take care of ourselves now, we might not make it to our retirement.
But then it's hard for people, isn't it? Because like, how do people have time to do stuff when if you've got a full-time job and you've got the kids and you've got to clean the house and you've got to do this, you're doing it, like the last thing on the list is yourself, isn't it? So I get why people don't get a chance to do anything, but maybe even just going out the house for half an hour for a walk round, like I'll just say, right, I'm taking the dogs, and then I'll come back and I'm like, oh, I've had some fresh air for half an hour, and
just 15 minutes around the block, just clear your head. And I think that's the pressure of exercise as well, and where the fitness industry is messed up, is that it's you have to train for this amount of time or do this amount of distance or be out and do 10,000 steps for it to count. It's like any type of movement for any
just dance in the kitchen.
Exactly. That was a big thing I used to post on Instagram actually. Just dance in the kitchen, bit of extra movement, bit of fun, something that's not
me and Will just dance in the kitchen, start singing, and the kids are just like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. What are your dance moves? I'm like, well, dance with us, and they're like, no, definitely not doing that.
But it's those things that make a big difference to our health, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, I think so. Just got to have a laugh at it, don't you?
Definitely.
Just don't take anything seriously, because it's not worth it, is it really? Everyone's got really bad things going on, and you just think, well, you're alive, I've just woke up. Today I've woke up, so I'm better off than loads of other people.
And things always work out as well, don't they? So, nice. So in terms of community and mental health then, do you have any pointers for anyone that's listening if they wanted to build friendships or reach out to others? Do you have any tips or ideas of how they could do that?
Go to Watch Grimsby Town.
We
go watch Grimsby Town, and there's always someone there you know at the match, and it's like, hi, and you're like, well, that's, you've socialised there and you've supported your local football team or Clee Town or Grimsby Borough, whatever you want to do.
Not be biased.
We go to all of them really. Like a sports team or something, couldn't you do that? Join a sports team. Or I don't know. Just, I think if we just all do a little bit to support each other.
Go to Docks.
Go to Docks. Go to Docks Fest. Go to Docks Academy.
It does make that big difference long term as well. Because even people that move over here that are like not from here, so they haven't got friends or family who come over for work. It's like, where do they start with it all? So if it's like gym or docs or like going to the football, if that helps them build relationships.
You integrate, don't you? And then you see the passion of people as well in these places, and then the passion makes you get excited. So you're at the football and you're thinking, oh, these people are like, this is their weekend, they've come, and they're like, we want them to win, and you're like, oh, it's everyone's together sort of.
Yeah.
So it's like a little family.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and if you don't feel like you're on your own as much, will you, if you're joining with stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly what people need as well.
Yeah. But we need more free stuff, that's what we need, really. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who haven't got any money, they can't go to football or go to the pub or whatever, can they? And then that's the problem we've got, is they're sat at home because, like, well, I can't even put the heating on, I'm not going to go out.
Yeah. And spend money.
So, like, that's obviously why we do this for free once a month, because we know at least once a month there's something in the diary for them to do.
Look forward to.
Even if it's not of as regular as they want it, at least on their calendar, on the diary, it says on the second Wednesday of every month, I know I'm going to go and speak to other people, I'm going to have a free drink, I'm going to have a free warm room, we're going to do an activity, we're going to do a quiz or whatever, and then they might have gone, I feel like I'm living my life.
Yeah. And
then they know the next month they can go again. So it's a regular thing. No matter what happens, that's going to be in the diary.
Yeah. Because that can help people get out of a rut as well, can't it? So then if they do, then
it's just like
move on.
If you've got something that is, I always think, like, if I have a holiday like booked or something booked, you're looking forward to something at least, aren't you? If you've never got anything in the calendar on the diary, you're just like, what's going to happen in a month? Nothing, the same old.
Yeah, you just think, like, what's the purpose? What am I working towards? Yeah.
Definitely, I think so.
Well, I've been asking you a lot of questions, but is there anything that you wanted to talk about as well in terms of life, mental health, exercise, anything? Any questions for me? Just to put you on the spot.
I think social media, like I do all the social media for the companies, but people need to stay off it.
Yeah.
Like we're doing a podcast and like, don't listen. No, do listen.
I don't know.
It's
I have that same love-hate relationship where I love that we can get messages out there, we can help people. I also hate that people might be watching it and then in a scroll hole and wasting time, and it's just want to...
they need to just come to you. When watching you for so long, they need to bite the bullet and go, I like Georgina, she looks nice, I trust her, I'm going to go.
Or like, she keeps saying about going for a walk, so I'm going to go for a walk.
I've set the thing on mine now with an allowance for screen time, and it just blocks me off it. And I go, I'm blocked now, so I'm going to put it down and do something else.
It makes you realise how many times you want to pick it up and just click on the app as well. I've actually, because I kept clicking on it just out of habit, and I realised every now and then I move where it is on my home screen.
Yeah, because your phone just goes automatically.
So then it's like, it's actually an effort to go on it or move it into a folder on another screen.
But it's like trolling as well. There's so many people trolling people, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Just because everyone's at home,
negativity. It's just ridiculous.
Not doing anything.
Yeah. People just think, well, you don't know the person you're trolling. Most of the time, you don't know them. You've got one angle of the details, and you think, well, I've got an opinion on that. Like, well, if that was that person sat next to you, would you even have that conversation?
Yeah, I've seen a video before where there was a guy and all his trolls were, he then got like actors or friends of people to say it to him, and he'd just be like walking down the street, and then someone would say the comment that they commented, and it's just like, it was just to get the point across that you would never actually say what you put in a comment to someone's face, because you just don't. No. So why do you feel it's okay?
We had a serious troll for quite a while. We ended up having to, I don't want to speak about it, but it was, he was, I don't know, I was just like, what is actually the problem?
Yeah.
Like I would love to have a conversation with him and just say, hey, you alright?
Yeah. Like, that's most time what you want to say, like, if you need to talk, like, I'm here.
Yeah.
But they just want a reaction out of you, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because thinking about what you were saying earlier as well about the younger people and getting out and making friends, we're so stuck behind phones that I think people young, like 15 to 18 now, they've grown up around phones. So when they are in a bar, they have no idea how to, like, they're actually on the phones in the bar because they don't know how to just put them down and socialise. I think that's going to be
it's such a
big thing in a few
epidemic
years.
or whatever it's called. It's just, that is one thing that I'd definitely, for mental health, a week in May is Mental Health Awareness Week, and I'm like, if we could put that across the social media and phone usage, I think we'd be in a better position really with that. I don't know what else we could talk about.
No, I was just thinking, I was going to say something about the phones. When I went out for a meal once, there was a lot of younger people serving us, and they just didn't know how to serve.
Skills, haven't they?
Yeah, and I was just like, you look like you've never been out for a meal. But when you look at all the kids now, when they're out for a meal with their parents, they're on their iPads or their phones being distracted to the good whilst being out. But then whilst they're doing that, they're not paying attention to the waiters and how to serve people.
Yeah.
So then now when they're in that job themselves, they're like nervous wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very like stereotypical and just kind of generalising here, but I feel like that is a pattern that we're seeing, isn't it? Because of phones, and then that's going to lead on to the whole mental health and community side.
It just got everything, all platforms just got shut down.
Yeah. Yes. Save us a job.
You get made redundant.
Yeah. Go back to flyers and posting flyers through people's doors.
Yeah, I used to work for can you remember? Well, you probably can. Obviously, the Grimsby Telegraph, we used to have the Target, which was like once a week, a free paper that used to go from the Grimsby Telegraph. And I used to be the flyer girl, the leaflet girl. Well, I did loads of stuff at the Grimsby Telegraph, like selling advertising and everything, but at some point while I was working there, I had to be like the flyer girl, and all the takeaways or anyone who had a leaflet was like, get it in the Target, so the Target ended up being about that fat of leaflets, because it's like, I used to be like, which area would you like your leaflet to go in, which paper, because they're like, I want mine to go to A-class houses or D-class houses, and it needs to be just in Cleethorpes at this postcode area. So I was like, these are the papers that these leaflets go. And I was like, I remember all the advertising we used to do to get in front of anybody. It was so much massive effort to get your advert to that person, and then everyone used to be like, the Target, all the leaflets fall out there in the bin, and like all that time spent printing and getting the leaflets. And
I guess that's what we do take for granted with social media, how easy it is to get in front of hundreds of people.
Like we did a reel, Darcy, who does our marketing as well, she did a reel on Instagram like the other day, a few months ago. And it's like, I think it's on like 2.5 million views, and it's still going. Yeah. People are still liking it and commenting on it. You're thinking, literally, it took probably 20 minutes to do.
It's always the ones that are the least like effort and
random video, and then 2.5 million people have watched it. You're like, how much would that cost to reach 2.5 million people? Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah. So if you are doing social media, you should persevere. I've just said don't, but you can get
two sides of it. Business keep going, but then we also don't want people watching it because of the mental health and well-being. 1 hour a day.
I know. Oh God.
So I'll wrap it up there for today then.
Yeah.
But for our listeners, if they wanted to get in touch or find out more about anything, where could they find you or Docs?
Just go to docsbeers.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can click on gigs if you want to watch a gig. There's the What Song Guide on there. It shows you when the open house is on. There's the Docs Fest link there if you want to go to the festival. There's the food link there. So just go to docsbeers.com. Yeah.
Thanks. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you for coming on.